children of the night, and hearken unto the tale of a church abandoned, yet not forsaken. 50 winters hath it stood, its walls etched with prayers long forgotten. Yet its stones remember all that was spoken and all that was left unspoken. At midnight, when the world lies in slumber, the bell tolls, a sound most mournful. Yet no living soul resides within those hallowed walls to strike it. Some say it is the wind, yet I know better. I have watched from the shadows, and the bell tolls for those whom the earth hath denied. Once there dwelt a priest within this sanctum, clad in robes white as bone, yet his soul was darker than the void between the stars. He moved amongst the faithful, a shepherd to the flock, yet his heart was heavy with secrets. Secrets that no man dared utter, save the walls themselves. I, a humble witness, remained hidden, observing as the candles guttered and whispered in the silence. And in the silence, I heard the first confession, not from lips of man, but from the stones beneath the altar. The stones of the church are alive with memory. Each crack, each groove, doth retain the utterances of mortal fear and divine folly. If one listens, truly listens, the walls will murmur their secrets unto thee. I pressed my palm against the cold plaster, and it throbbed like the heart of some great, slumbering beast. Whispers rose, low and serpentine, telling of sins buried deep beneath the altar, sins that reached beyond mortal reckoning. The priest. He moved silently, yet the air itself bent to his presence. Candles extinguished at his passing, shadows lengthened in unnatural homage, and the bell tolled once more. Though no hand had moved to strike it, I dared not speak. For even the breath of a mortal may awaken that which slumbers. And I knew then the priest walked not as a man, but as an agent of the very darkness that men call sin. Beneath the altar lies a door, wrought of iron, veined with rust and mystery. Chains hung heavy, yet when the moon rises full, they fall open as if welcoming the footsteps of the guilty and the damned. I followed him one night, candle in hand, heart heavy with dread. The smell of incense was absent, replaced by a fetid scent of earth and old decay. The door creaked open, revealing a stairwell that spiraled into the blackest oubliette. And there I saw the shadows of men and women who had vanished from the world above. Their eyes hollow, their mouths frozen mid-breath. They gazed upon me, pleading, accusing, and I felt the weight of centuries upon my shoulders. He spoke not, but the air was filled with his malice. The shadows bowed, and the bell tolled in rhythm with my pounding heart. Shadows remember what the living forget. And in that crypt beneath the altar, memory was a thing most cruel. Faces of the faithful, carved by time into darkness, turned to watch my every move. The priest raised his hands, and the shadows writhed as though alive, murmuring prayers inverted and twisted. I realized then that his faith was no longer his own, but borrowed from the souls he had ensnared. Faith, he whispered, voice like dry leaves upon the stones, is a chain, and I am the master of all chains. The shadows shivered, and the floor beneath me seemed to breathe. I understood then that the church itself was a living thing, fed by guilt, nourished by sins, and hungry for remembrance. No man may escape the price of penance. The priest, cloaked in sanctity, walked amongst the shadows as if they were but servants to his will. Candles hissed as he passed. Stone groaned beneath the weight of the unspoken. I fell to my knees, trembling, whispering prayers of my own. Yet the walls swallowed them. He smiled, though his teeth were like sharpened ivory, and the shadows knelt, their eyes wide with unending sorrow. They sought redemption, he said, voice like the wind through dead trees, and I have granted them eternity. And then the bell tolled again, louder, fiercer, as if calling the earth itself to judgment. I fled, but the memory clung to me. The church does not release its secrets easily, nor does it forgive those who bear witness. I return to the world above, yet the bells follow me still. At midnight, I hear their toll echoing in the empty streets, in the walls of my chamber, in the very marrow of my bones. The priest remains beneath the altar, forever ministering to shadows, forever bound by the sins he hath wrought, and I am left to tell the tale, a humble witness to the horrors that lie beneath the stones of faith. Listen, children of the night, should you hear the bell toll when all else is silent, do not approach, for what lies beneath is patient, and it remembers. And so, the sins beneath the altar endure, eternal, hungry, and awaiting those who dare listen.